Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Luck's Colts. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and you know, now more than ever, it's a passing league. We know that, and as Larry hit onto the open, we've got a couple of great passers squaring off here this afternoon.
And usually the discussion centers in on how they're going to compete against the opposite defense. But you and I had a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very, very talented Andrew Luck.
And one thing you should never question with him, his toughness. Second shoulder surgery that he's coming off of, but he played through it last year. What do you have, 31 touchdowns and over 4,200 yards passing?
Yep.
This is a guy who's one tough hombre.
Second fastest to 15,000 passing yards in NFL history with that effort last year. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this offense sometimes is predicated on the ageless wonder, Frank Gore.
And he wants to be a guy with limitless carries. Frank Gore gets better and better with each carry, really batters defenses with his inside running.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Now it's Luck. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Raiders will take possession. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Derek Carr, he'll be the one leading the troops. Pro Bowl quarterback in his 4th year now out of Fresno State.
And I remember when he was a prospect coming out of college and people were wondering about different parts of his game. What all came together nicely in 2016. Had the Raiders at 11-3, had them thinking Super Bowl before an injury finished his season. They're counting on him to take them to new heights.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Second down, Lynch, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. Throwing his car on third down, and that is incomplete. Six-year man Marquette King on to punt. Chester Rogers deep for Indianapolis. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a first down throw, Luck. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Luck on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jihad Ward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, here's Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Out of the gun, Luck. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Jeff Locke now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back now at the scoreless first half. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, broken coverage here on the pass play. And he ends up at their own 26-yard line before he stopped on the play. Continuing on the drive, Luck here on the money to his receiver, Dante Moncrief. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to their own 43-yard line. Later on the drive, Ward's going to push his way to the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Later on the drive, Luck's on point with the throw, and he'll be tackled at their own 39-yard line. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Third quarter starts with a run from Lynch. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. run again with Lynch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll run it. Here's Lynch, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So these two teams will take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium as we're through 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. Lynch. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up. Now they've got to really hurry.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. First down, the run with Lynch. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Second down and 4. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep them out of the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. Quan Bray now to return this football. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.